Even if you've never said a word, people still form opinions about you because your body is always speaking. It communicates in a silent but incredibly powerful way. The slump in your shoulders, the way you avoid eye contact, the hesitation in your steps. These subtle cues often give you away long before your voice ever does. And most of the time, people make judgments based on those signs without you even realizing it. Maybe you've asked yourself, why did they misunderstand me? Maybe some people have pulled away without ever really knowing who you are. Or perhaps there are people who don't trust you, yet they can't even explain why. The issue wasn't your personality. It was the signals you were silently sending. And those signals were buried in unconscious behaviors you weren't even aware of. In this video, we're breaking down 7 body language mistakes that quietly shape the way others perceive you. These subtle habits can make you appear timid, emotionally distant, or even unapproachable. But that's not who you really are. Unfortunately, people don't respond to your intentions. They respond to what they see. That's why now it's your turn to notice what you're communicating without words and to take back control. This content is meant to do more than just fix your posture. It's here to help prevent miscommunication, build deeper relationships, and most importantly, reveal the version of you that words alone can't always express. Because some people don't change their lives with speeches. They change it with presence, with how they show up in a room. By the time you finish this video, you'll have the tools to see yourself with fresh eyes, as if holding up a mirror. So, if you're ready, let's begin this powerful journey back to yourself. 1. Avoiding eye contact. Eye contact is one of the clearest ways to show presence and emotional openness. It says, "I'm here with you. I'm listening." But when that contact is constantly broken, it can create distance. People may interpret it as you hiding something, feeling insecure, or struggling with trust. Now, yes, some individuals are naturally shy. But here, consistency is the key. If someone repeatedly looks away, darts their gaze around the room, or turns their head while speaking, it's often a sign of deeper discomfort or emotional withdrawal. Avoiding eye contact is also a built-in defense. When the brain feels threatened, it tells the eyes to escape. So when you see this, especially in someone close to you, try listening not just to their words, but to what their eyes might be quietly saying. 2. Pressing or biting the lips. When someone presses their lips together, clenches them, or draws them inward while speaking, it usually means they're holding something back. This silent gesture often appears when a person wants to speak but stops themselves, either out of fear, hesitation, or emotional restraint. If during a conversation someone suddenly presses their lips tightly, know that their mind is wrestling with something. Perhaps they're trying to protect your feelings, or perhaps they're avoiding a personal truth. Lip movements are subtle. They may last only seconds, so they're easy to miss. But if someone frequently bites or compresses their lips, it's a silent warning. A sign they're struggling to express what's really inside. Even when their words pause, their body keeps telling the story. 3. Feet pointing toward the door. Feet are one of the most honest parts of the body. That's because while we often control our expressions, we rarely think about what our feet are doing. If someone is facing you, but their toes are pointed toward the door, the window, or the exit, it's a strong signal. It means their body wants to leave the space, even if their mouth keeps talking. This gesture shows a mental detachment, a subconscious desire to escape the moment. The brain instinctively orients the body toward a way out when it feels uncomfortable. So instead of focusing only on someone's words, pay attention to where their feet are pointed. They might be physically present, but mentally, they're already gone. 4. Constantly raising the shoulders. Slightly raised shoulders are one of the body's natural ways of saying, "I feel exposed." It's a reflex, like shivering when you're cold. But when someone's shoulders are always lifted, even just a little, it's often a sign they feel unsafe, nervous, or uncertain. This movement usually aims to shield the neck, one of the most vulnerable parts of the body. If you notice this while someone's speaking to you, take it as a subtle red flag. They may be uncomfortable in the conversation or unsure of how you'll react. A quick shrug up and down can also signal impatience or internal conflict. In essence, the shoulders are like emotional sensors. When they're tight and raised, it's the body's way of quietly calling for protection or distance. 5. Keeping hands in pockets. Hands are powerful communicators. When we hide them, we're also hiding parts of ourselves. If someone constantly keeps their hands in their pockets, it often signals insecurity, discomfort, or the desire to emotionally pull away. Open hands say, "I trust you." Hidden hands say, "I'm not sure I do." This gesture can create invisible walls in a conversation, making genuine connection more difficult. Sometimes it's even passive resistance, a silent protest saying, "I'm here, but not really involved." Especially in social situations, someone doing this may be trying to remain unnoticed or simply protect their energy. The longer the hands stay out of sight, the harder it becomes to build openness. Trust needs visibility, and that includes hands. 6. Constantly playing with hair or face. When someone keeps touching their hair, rubbing their chin, or scratching their face during a conversation, it's rarely about appearance. It's often anxiety. These repetitive gestures reflect what's going on inside: unease, distraction, or stress. The face is where emotion surfaces fastest, and when words can't express it, the hands step in. A person might not even know they're doing it, but they're revealing a deep mental state. Perhaps they're unsure of themselves, overwhelmed by thoughts, or trying to comfort their own tension. These small movements aren't random, they're coping mechanisms, and they signal one thing clearly: the person isn't fully present. Noticing this gives you insight into the emotional layer of the conversation beyond the words. 7. Tapping or clicking on surfaces. The sound of someone rhythmically tapping a table or clicking a pen might seem harmless, but it speaks volumes. This type of repetitive motion usually says one thing: impatience. It's the body's quiet way of releasing built-up tension or escaping mental boredom. If someone is doing this while talking to you, it might mean they're no longer engaged, or worse, frustrated. The mind, feeling trapped or restless, sends that nervous energy through the fingers or feet. It's not just about noise, it's about attention. If this happens, it's time to reconsider how present the person really is. Are they listening, or are they waiting for the moment to pass? This is the body's way of asking for a reset in the interaction. Body language doesn't speak in full sentences, but its messages are clear, if you know how to read them. What we've explored today are 7 seemingly minor behaviors that actually say a lot about what's happening beneath the surface. And here's the powerful part: the more fluent you become in this silent language, the better you'll understand not just others, but yourself. People often reveal more through what they try to hide than what they choose to say. So if something in this video resonated with you, or if you've recognized one of these signs in yourself or someone else, share your thoughts in the comments. And don't keep this knowledge to yourself. Pass it on to someone who might need it. Because sometimes the deepest understanding begins without saying a single word. Thank you for being here. See you in the next video. Take care.